this Memorial Day. Men who stood tall with pride, the American way. When duty beckoned, they met the call. All gave some, but some gave all. Remember those brave warriors, place flags and be sure to pray. Men who fought for our freedom, shed blood for a brighter day. When duty beckoned, they always stood tall. All gave some, but some gave all. America the beautiful, may your flag always wave. Our country they protected, our future they helped save. True heroes we honor, our duty on this day. Remember all the fallen on this Memorial Day. Remember, read the markers, their memory won't fade away. Men who lived with true honor, a debt we can't repay. When duty beckoned, they did not stall. All gave some, but some gave all. For God so loved the world, He gave His only Son, one who hung on a cross, who said, "Thy will be done." When duty beckoned, Jesus answered the call. All gave some, but Jesus gave it all. America the beautiful, may your flag always wave. Our country they protected, our future they helped save. True heroes we honor, our duty on this day. Remember all the fallen on this Memorial Day. True heroes we honor, our duty on this day. Remember all the fallen on this Memorial Day.
And good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome here to Watkins Glen International Raceway as we get ready here for chase race number 2 of Season 7 of the NNSCRA Mobil1 Cup Series. Here today we're getting ready for our first road course race of this chase for this series. We already had our Truck Series race yesterday. It was an exciting event. Joshua Michaels coming away with his second Truck Series victory, and he's a non-chaser. So far this season, we've only had one chaser go to victory lane. That was last week in this series. Bob Jones picking up the win at Atlanta. So will we see a second chaser in this season's chase of all three series go to victory lane here today, or will it be yet another non-chaser? Never know. We're going to find out in just a moment with a couple of non-chasers on the front row. Lyndon Wright lines up alongside of Kyle Matthews. Both drivers have not been to victory lane yet this season. Lyndon Wright's a veteran. Kyle Matthews is a rookie. Kyle Matthews actually had a good run in the Truck Series race here yesterday, came in with a top 10 finish, so we'll see what he can do today. And Lyndon Wright hasn't been to victory lane, I don't think, since Season 4. It's been a long time since he's been to victory lane in a Mobil1 Cup Series machine. The closest chaser to the front of the field for the start of this race is actually going to be Dylan Young. He's going to be starting off from the 4th position. Drew Austin starting not too far behind him in 6th. Then you got to go a long ways back before you find James Silverfox and Wolfgang Mason in 12th and 13th. Cody Lamas there as well in 14th. Austin LaPlante will start this race in 18th place. Dylan Schwallenberg will be in 23rd. Looking further down, Madison Sieber, 26th on the starting grid. Sean Galligan, 30th. Andy Timmons comes in second in the points after a runner-up finish last week. He's 32nd on the starting grid with Cassandra Renzi 34th. Zach Rogers 36th. Bob Jones, who won the race at Atlanta last week, he's going to have to do it all the way from 37th here today, and he comes in as the current chase points leader. And then the furthest back drivers in this field are starting on the final row. James Qualls, 4th in points, and Luke Walker, 6th in points, 41st and 42nd for the start of today's race. But it's time to get these cars rolling off. It's Memorial Day, and it's time to get ready for some Memorial Day racing. So as you're going to take a look at your starting lineup, we are going to have a silent pace lap in honor of those veterans that have given their life for our country and those that are still fighting as well. We'll move here to the pace car, and we'll let you see your starting grid and this pace lap as we are going to be silent on the mic for this pace lap, and then we'll be back with you guys for the green. Green flag is out as we're underway here at Watkins Glen, the Memorial Day 255. Kyle Matthews going to see if he can get the outside line going here. We saw this happen in the Truck Series race where the leader got spun out in front of the field, and oh boy, they're leaning on each other through that corner. But they were able to keep it together. Still dead even heat between the top two. Kyle Matthews has not given an inch to Lyndon Wright. In turn, Lyndon Wright's not given an inch to Kyle Matthews. Now it looks like maybe Lyndon Wright has gotten a little bit of an advantage, and he is going to clear the 89. Now here comes Jacob Lawler looking for second. Whoa, Lawler takes that turn really, really wide. Did he make it through, though? Yes, he did. We've seen drivers wheel hop through that corner and a whole bunch of other stuff. We've seen drivers like Jamie DeFelu pound the tire barrier coming out of that chicane. But it looks like everybody may have gotten through it okay. I'm trying to look, see if any caution lights may be on. I think we're still green. As Lyndon Wright leads the way, second place is Kyle Matthews. Good battle here between some Turner Scott teammates. And the flagman, no, he does not have a yellow flag in his hand. We are still green flag racing. Right now, Chaser Dylan Young has his teammate Henry Nova all over his back bumper. Now, that 32 has been to victory lane before. It was last season, and it was Tyson Broad who put that car in victory lane at Infineon. So that 32 team knows something about putting together some road course machines. As right now, you got a couple of chasers right here in this tussle. Dylan Young, and here's Drew Austin. Drew Austin did not have the best of runs last week. Neither did Dylan Young. I believe Drew Austin ended up finishing somewhere around 34th last week at Atlanta, and Dylan Young ended up finishing about 28th. So both these drivers, good qualifying results as they're running really well right now. At the current moment, inside the top 10. Let's find where our next chaser is. I think that could be Cody Lamas back here. There he is. Currently scored in the 12th position, trying to run down Zach Campbell. Right behind him is Anthony McCurry, and there's another couple of chasers, James Silverfox and Wolfgang Mason. Wolfgang Mason's got history at this track. Wolfgang Mason is a former winner of this event, and it ended up being in a most controversial way that he won that race. He ended up having to pit on the final lap, coasted down. His pit stall was after the start-finish line, so he was on pit road, crossed the start-finish line just mere seconds before the driver who was in second place, who had pitted the lap before, got to the stripe. And so Wolfgang Mason won the race on pit road, almost similar to kind of what happened in our Truck Series race in Infineon earlier on this season with Andreas Allen. As right now, Lyndon Wright, with a pretty commanding lead at the moment, about 3-4 car lengths between himself and Kyle Matthews. Then about the same distance back to Tyson Broad, same distance back to Drew Austin, who has gotten around Dylan Young for 4th, and now Trent Dunham all over Dylan Young for the 5th position. Let's find out if Bob Jones, the current chase points leader, has made up any ground. 38 car is currently scored in 38th, and James Qualls has not made up any ground whatsoever. Neither has Luke Walker. They're still running 41st and 42nd at the current moment. Another question that we got for this race is these drivers have a much smaller fuel cell than they do in the Truck Series event, and several drivers were able to make it. Whoa, wait a minute, smoke! Caution's out. Levi McIntyre's in trouble. The 99. And it looks like he got turned coming off the final corner. But I'll say again what I was going to quickly say. These drivers have a smaller fuel cell, and a lot of drivers are able to make it the full 13 laps in the Truck Series event. Will these Mobil1 Cup Series cars be able to do the same thing, or will all these drivers have to at some point make a pit stop, as Levi McIntyre's day looks like it may be over early? Man, that's a lot of damage on his machine. And it looks like it was only a single car incident, perhaps. We'll have to take a look and see what happened to the 99. As Lyndon Wright, I believe, is still the leader. And I'm not actually sure if they had the caution flag yet. I think they're still racing back, quite honestly. Yeah, they are. These leaders had actually crossed the start-finish line before that caution came out. So now they're racing it to the line, and now we will be under the caution flag. Lyndon Wright, Kyle Matthews, Henry Nova, Drew Austin, and Dylan Young. That'll be the top 5, with Trent Dunham and Kyle Corbett right behind there in 6th and 7th. Now the pace car picks up the field. That'll give us time now to head back, take a look at a replay of what put us under caution for the first time here today at the Glen. And the reason why there was such a gap from 7th place Kyle Corbett on back coming to the start-finish line to receive that caution was because this incident started right up inside the top 10. Levi McIntyre was running, I believe at the time, in the 8th position. And let's see just exactly what's going to happen here. His car going to get really squirrely up into the rumble strips. Jacob Lawler is to his inside, and yeah. Oh man, Lawler's going to get quite a hit out of that as well. A lot of damage on the 41. He had a great run in the Truck Series race here yesterday. It's helped him to dominate the chase points so far in Truck Series. But that was a bit of a mistake on the 41's part, and the 99 heavily damaged. Look at everybody snaking their way past. Mason Wood had to go around the high side, everybody else going around on the left. And a lot of drivers could have been involved in this one. It's a wonder we only had 2 drivers caught up in this. But that was a pretty hard lick right there into the pit wall for the 99 and the 41. And that puts us under the yellow flag for the first time here today. Let's see if any pit strategy may come into play here, so we're not even halfway in today's event. Well, this is not live. This is currently a replay of what happened a moment ago. But yes, drivers did come down pit road. Kyle Matthews gave up 2nd place. Drew Austin gave up 5th. Trent Dunham gave up 6th. Kyle Corbett gave up 7th. They came to pit road. Jacob Lawler obviously had to come to pit road to repair the damage he had. Anthony McCurry also was on the pit lane. And there were a couple others that also hit pit road. Let's see who they were. Wolfgang Mason. Or actually, no, that's not Wolfgang. That's Ralph Mason. There's Tanner Sullivan, his teammate Dylan Schwallenberg, Zach Rogers, Cassandra Renzi. This is one of the Hellman's cars. That is George Roque. And who else was that? Ian Dutta. So both the Junior Motorsports cars came down. And we had 1, 2, 3 chasers, I believe, come down pit road. I think so, yeah, 3. Well, actually, you can count 4, including the Drew Austin machine. So the leader is still going to be Lyndon Wright. And Jacob Lawler's continuing. Jacob Lawler's able to continue. I don't think the same will be able to be said for Levi McIntyre. But as you can see, the lights are out, but this is not real time. So let's head back now to real time. As we're getting ready to go back to green, Lyndon Wright is still the leader. We're back live now. Drivers getting ready to go back to green flag race on lap 7 of 13. Top 10 after everything's shuffled up. Well, I don't know if we'll be able to actually follow with this. Lyndon Wright's the leader. Henry Nova 2nd. Dylan Young 3rd. Then it's Campbell and Cody Lamas the top 5. Silver Fox is now up to 7th. Wolfgang Mason 8th. 9th, Sean Henley. And 10th place will be Charles Samper as the green flag's already out. And we're back underway here at Watkins Glen. One driver is out of the race, I believe, and that is Levi McIntyre. Everybody else has been able to continue as well. Contact! Dylan Young got turned by Zach Campbell, and Cody Lamas is involved. That's a couple of chasers. And they were running up in the top 5. Caution. Meanwhile, battle for the lead. Here comes Henry Nova, trying to bypass Lyndon Wright. Looks like he's got it. And where in the world did James Silverfox come from? He's up to 3rd, and there's Wolfgang Mason, a former winner of this race, now up in 4th. But we just saw 2 chasers involved right there, and I think that again was contact between the 2 Turner Scott Motorsports cars, Henry Nova and Dylan Young. Those 2 have been rubbing doors all day, and it looks like it's going to come to a chaotic end for Dylan Young. Yellow lights are indeed on. Flagman has the yellow flag in hand. We are under caution for the 2nd time today here at the Glen. And oh my goodness, how this is going to change things. Let's look on pit road, see if anybody else is on pit road as far as maybe retiring or something. I'm only seeing the 30 machine of Dylan Young. Boy, that is one tough break there for Dylan Young. We know Cody Lamas got caught up in this too. 5th in chase points. And Zach Campbell, who was en route to a good run here, he was collected as well. So the caution flag's out. Field's coming to be collected by the pace car. Let's look back at a replay of what happened. Another incident right inside the top 10. And just before we jump to the replay, I noticed another driver that was smoking in the bus stop, and it was another chaser in Dylan Schwallenberg, 7th in chase points. So we're going to have to see how the 18 got involved here. Here it is right here. They're almost practically 4 wide, almost 5 wide coming through turn 1. That was rather ridiculous. And Zach Campbell's going to hook Dylan Young down into the safer barrier. Actually, not even safer barrier. That's the tires just blocking the steel guardrail pit road. And there you see Cody Lamas involved as well. Now we got to see here, where's the 18 of Schwallenberg? Because he gets collected in something as well. And he had a ton of damage Oh, this was back at the start-finish line before we even got to the green flag. He's going to get turned by, I think that was George Roque. I think the helicopter view will give us a good look at what happened here. Let's watch. The 7 going to turn the 18. It's exactly what happens. Somebody else got turned further up. That was Bob Jones and Jessica Shelton. Oh, and then there's where Schwallenberg gets his damage. He didn't get turned into the safer barrier. He instead hit the 38 of Bob Jones. There's Anthony McCurry getting a piece of it. Oh, contact right there for Jacob Lawler, Ian Dutta, and Zach Rogers. Another chaser got a piece of this. Let's jump to the 38. Did he get turned by the 3 of Jessica Shelton? Jessica Shelton's a former winner at this race, too. She's actually the defending race winner. She picked up her very first career Mobil1 Cup Series win at this event last year. Oh, right there. She gets into Kyle Matthews. And then her car is sideways. Bob Jones then gets into her. And Jones is going to hit the wall. So is Jessica Shelton. Shelton didn't hit that wall very hard. Neither really did Bob Jones. But it's going to be this hit right here from Dylan Schwallenberg that's going to really question whether the 38 is going to be able to continue. And that's the points leader right now. The chase points leader, Cassandra Renzi, something finally going right for her. She was able to squeak by. Zach Rogers, you saw him get that damage there, and Jacob Lawler, Ian Dutta as well. So not only did we have 2 chasers get involved down in turn 1 in Dylan Young, Cody Lamas, but we had a couple of chasers up here get involved in Dylan Schwallenberg and Bob Jones. Boy, this race, all of a sudden, I'm telling you, chasers are not having luck with the Glen here so far this weekend. It happened in trucks, and now it's happening here in Mobil1 Cup Series competition. As drivers came in 1st, 3rd, 5th, 7th, 10th, and that's it. Yep, 1st, 3rd, 5th, 7th, and 10th have all been involved in something here in just the first 2 turns on this restart. We're past the halfway point. Let's head back now, see if any of those leaders like Lyndon Wright and Henry Nova, if they had to come to pit road, or are they going to try and stretch it like they did in the Truck Series event? Getting ready to go back to green. Nobody came to pit road that had to. Henry Nova still the leader. Lyndon Wright 2nd. Silver Fox in 3rd. Wolfgang Mason 4th. Charles Sanford up here in 5th. 6th is Chris Washer now with Mason Woods 7th. Sean Henley in 8th. Daniel Day 9th. And Madison Sieber is going to complete the top 10. First time today that she's been in the top 10. The green flag's back out. Look here. Cody Lamas. He was involved in that incident, but he's going to restart in the 11th position as we jump back up here to the front. Henry Nova got himself a good restart. So we'll document the drivers out of the race. Dylan Schwallenberg, Dylan Young, Bob Jones, 3 chasers there. And they're also saying that Zach Rogers may be out of the race. Either that or he's a lap down. Let's see. Yes, Zach Rogers, another chaser, is out of today's event. And he came in 3rd in points. That's 1st, 3rd, 10th in points, all out of this race. As they're 3 wide for 2nd. Nova, Silver Fox, Wolfgang Mason. Oh, careful, guys, careful. Oh, Silver Fox wheel hopped it. And Wolfgang Mason got the wall. Oh, and he gets hit. McLeod got him. Look out. Galligan's in it. Drew Austin's collected. It's a mayhem down here in the exit of the bus chute. Kyle Matthews, outside pole sitter, is involved. Galligan, a chaser, is involved. Caution's going to wave yet again. And they're going to come down to the yellow flag, and it looks like Lyndon Wright got around Henry Nova. He's back to the lead. James McLeod sits on pit road. He was collected in that. Wolfgang Mason's involved. What a shame. More chasers in this one. Drew Austin, Sean Galligan, Wolfgang Mason. Chasers cannot catch a break here today at Watkins Glen. There is Galligan. A lot of damage. First time we've talked about him, and it ends up being that the first time we talk about him, it's when he's wrecked. McLeod on pit road. Mason, Matthews on pit road. McCrory may have been involved. And I can't find Drew Austin, but I know he got a piece of it. There he is. There you can see the hood buckled up on his Monster Energy Toyota. So there, it looks like we've ended up having the drivers who come in 8th, 11th, and 13th in points involved in this one. Caution's out for the 3rd time today here at the Glen. Let's jump back, look at a replay of what just happened This race may end under caution, or we may have a one-lap shootout. We'll have to find out, because when we hit the stripe, there'll be 2 to go. Well, I knew from the outset this was not a good idea. They were going 3 wide for second between Henry Nova, James Silver Fox, and Wolfgang Mason. There's contact right there between Silver Fox and Mason. Both of them going to take the turn wide. Now, Silver Fox, he's able to make it through because he wheel hops. But Wolfgang, not so lucky. Oh, man. And then here comes everybody else. Well, not yet. Now here they come. McLeod trying to cut through the grass. T-Bones the 82. Ooh, Timmons is lucky. And then look at this. Oh my goodness. Galligan had nowhere to go. Walker gets the tire barriers. So does Dunham. So does Mason. So does Shelton as they try to get around. Matthews damaged. Cassandra Renzi got a piece of it. Just a whole pile up here and a lot of chasers involved yet again. Let's go back and see if we're going to finish this race under green or under yellow. Well, quite honestly, folks, I am left surprised. I thought for certain we were going to get back for a one-lap shootout to finish out this race, but the white flag has been displayed along with the caution flag over the hood of the Flying J Ford Mustang out of Richard Petty Motorsports, and Lyndon Wright is that driver. I thought we may end up getting to see the Nova-Lyndon Wright battle here for one more lap, but that apparently is not going to be the case. There you see the lights are out atop the pace car. They'll probably come on in just a moment now because he is not going to be leading the back around. And Silver Fox may be out of fuel. Wait a minute. What is wrong with the 34? He's in 4th position. Come on, Silver Fox. You got to get that thing back around, but he's losing miles per hour. He is out of fuel. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Wait a minute now. Sanford is out of fuel. Are these guys going to start dropping like flies on the final lap here? And now Nova's out of fuel! No way! You've got to be kidding me! This is not going to end this way! You've got to be kidding me! Lyndon Wright appears to still be under power. Nova is off the pace. He's in trouble. Sanford's in trouble. Silver Fox is in trouble. Campbell's in trouble. They're all in trouble. And Lyndon Wright, somehow, someway, still has enough, it seems. I'm trying to watch his RPMs and see if he's still under power. Apparently he is. I don't know, though. It's going to be when we get to this point. There's George Roque. Now, he's just moved up into 2nd place after all that's gone on. Wait a minute, no. Now he's moving on by. Maybe he was a lap down. I think he may have been a lap down in 33rd. But what is going on here? Lyndon Wright. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. That car just got out of the throttle. No, he's still under power. How has Lyndon Wright still got enough fuel? There's nobody in sight. Everybody else is having problems getting to the start-finish line. Lyndon Wright, he's going to come to pit road. Lyndon Wright's just going to come to pit road. He says, you know what? Forget this. I'm going to come down pit road the way I can. And look at all the cars had to teleport to pit road. Charles Jackson, Luke Walker, they're all teleported to pit road. And your winner, crossing the line, almost shades of what Wolfgang Mason had to do last time, or not last time, but 2 seasons ago. Lyndon Wright is going to win here today. And this is his, I believe, 2nd Mobil1 Cup Series win, his 1st since late season 5. What a great victory today for Lyndon Wright. He's the only one that had fuel to get to the end, I think. Where's everybody else? They're all stopped here. Trent Dunham and all of them, they're all stopped. Wow. You have got to be kidding me. I don't even know who finished where in this race now after all this. They're saying Nova was still 2nd after everybody had to seem to teleport to pit road. Anyhow, we are done with this race. Oh, and I just realized something. That's the 2nd day in a row and number 43's gone to victory lane. Michaels went to victory lane in the 43 in the Truck Series race yesterday. And Lyndon Wright goes to victory lane in the 43 here today. Joshua Collard, the pressure's on. Can you pick up a Snickers Cup Series win tomorrow and have a 43 go to victory lane in every race this weekend? Well, we'll find out. And I don't know why I just hit the W button. That's not going to bring up the finishing results. But Lyndon Wright is going to win this race. Henry Nova is going to be second. Sanford is going to finish in third. That's a great run for him. Silver Fox, despite running out of fuel, he'll get fourth. He's the highest finishing chaser today. Then you got Mason Wood, who is actually a former winner here at Watkins Glen. He ended up having a Truck Series race win here. I believe that was back in Season 5. Then you got Cody Lamas. Pretty good run there for the 77 after getting involved in that wreck there with Zach Campbell and company. He's going to get 6th. Harrison Langford, nice run for the 60 machine today. Never really talked about him. He's going to get 7th. Zach Campbell, he got involved in that incident with Dylan Young and Cody Lamas. He'll battle back for 8th. 9th place, Trent Dunham, and in 11th, and in 10th place was Kyle Corbett. So, almost kind of what our Truck Series race was. Only 2 chasers finishing in the top 10 today, them being Silver Fox and Cody Lamas, who Cody could be the points leader heading into next week based on where everybody else finished. You never know. But let's see where all the rest of our chasers ended up finishing out today's event. And we don't even see one until all the way down in 21st. That's Madison Sieber. Andy Timmons, second in points, 22nd here today. Luke Walker started this race from dead last, finishes 25th, not bad. Same for James Quall, started 41st, finishes 26th, but both of them not exactly the best of runs, and starting near the rear of the field really killed their chances for a good finish today. Austin LaPlante is going to finish in 29th here today. Drew Austin started up near the front. He'll finish in 31st. Cassandra Renzi, another poor run for her after I think it was dead last finish last week at Atlanta. She finishes 32nd. Sean Galligan, after hitting into the back of Wolfgang Mason there, he was pretty quiet all day but got involved in that incident. 34th today as he finished out of the race. Wolfgang Mason also finished out of the race after running up inside the top 10 for majority of the day. He finishes 36th. Zach Rogers got involved in that incident on the front straightaway. He'll finish in 38th. Dylan Schwallenberg ended up hitting Bob Jones. His day was over early. He finishes 39th. Dylan Young out of the race in 40th after we saw him and his teammate Henry Nova make contact. And then the rest of the chaser, the final chaser out of the race was Bob Jones, the guy who came in as the points leader in the chase standings. He'll finish in 41st today. And of course, Levi McIntyre out of the race in 42nd place. But boy, more chasers finishing worse than better here today. James Silverfox, Cody Lamas, they'll be the two that are definitely going to benefit here today. As far as everybody else, I don't have a clue where they're going to be in the point standings because no driver, with the exception of Lamas and Silverfox, finished inside the top 20 in today's event. So we had a big point shakeup in the Truck Series event. We may have the same here in the Mobil1 Cup Series event. Watkins Glen playing a big part in this season's chase for the championship in at least 2 series. What will they do tomorrow in the Snickers Cup Series event? Hope you'll tune in for that. We're going to be running the Cheese at 3:55, our second chase race of the Snickers Cup Series, and hope you be tuning in for that. Hope you guys enjoyed today's race. If you did, be sure to give this video a like, subscribe, and become part of the crew today. Here comes your official full finish results, overall points, standings, rookie points, and chase points heading into next week's event. So we will see you guys next time as you've been watching production of the NCRA Offline Racing at its best.
Back home now, I know you're probably sleeping. Over here, it's the middle of the day. I finally found some time to write a letter. Sitting here, a half a world away. I've heard about all them folks protesting, as if I really want this war. But that don't stop me from believing there's just some things worth fighting for. And if I die before you wake, I pray the world would take a good look at what God's given us. That we could only understand everything is in His hands. All we need is a little faith and trust. I want you to know it ain't too high a price to pay if I die before you wake. tell everybody that I miss them. And I can't wait to get back home. But until then, I'll serve my country and be proud to wear this uniform. And if I die before you wake, I pray the world will take a good look at what God's given us. That we could only understand everything is in His hands. All we need is a little faith and trust. I want you to know it ain't too high a price to pay if I die before you wake. No, it ain't too high a price to pay if I die before you wake.